Hi, this is Dr. Wolff. Just going over a case history. A patient came into my office, referred by a good friend of mine. She was complaining of headaches, also with neck pain, and her pain intensified while studying and reading. She's a student, 23 years old, also suffering from low back pain. She also proceeded to tell me she seems to be getting colds a lot more regularly than she ever has. She's had some pending injuries that have kind of bothered her for a long time. I think it's coming to her attention now that these injuries, even though they were a long time ago, are still the reasons of her pain and discomfort. When she was very young, she had fallen out of the back of a truck, kind of a rare type of injury, but definitely a substantial trauma. Pretty recently, she was in a car wreck. She got hit from behind, so definitely some neck problems there. Even more recently than that, she had fallen off a horse, and again, just the normal everyday mental, physical, and emotional stress of school and just life in general. So we're going to have her in, and I'm going to go over her report of findings with her. Thanks. Hey, Dolly.
Hello.
Nice to see you again.
Good to see you.
How's it going?
Good.
Good. So I went over your case history and your report of findings, and we found out a bunch of different interesting stuff, so I'm going to go over that with you today and see how we can take it from there, okay?
Okay.
Okay. So, as you told me last week, I'm well aware of how you all of a sudden are getting colds more regularly than you ever have. You're feeling that neck pain, you're getting those headaches, and the low back pain. So, as a student, I wanted to initially direct you and to tell you that everything you do every day, micro trauma to your body and your spine, okay? So, with that comes all sorts of other circumstances. So when you're sitting in your chair in class all day, chances are you're not sitting like this, super straight, right?
Right.
You tend to be more slouched, your head's forward, your neck's forward, you're looking at your computer. So with that comes a lot of cases of the vertebral subluxation complex. So last week when I did some static and motion palpation, that's when I was just touching your low back and different areas of your spine. We noticed that a couple different areas of muscle weakness when we did a couple different muscle tests, and that leads to tell me the insufficiency of certain nerves. So with the vertebral subluxation complex, we find nerve impingement, and what happens is any vertebral body moves, any vertebrae moves, and when it does move, it can be from one of many different things, but mainly we see social, emotional, and physical stress. So working out, sitting in your chair, having a loved one pass away, or a breakup with any sort of boyfriend or a girlfriend, all of this tends to affect your spine essentially. And what it does is it impinges a nerve, it impinges a blood vessel, it impinges an artery, anything that hinders your body to perform at its optimal capacity. So every day people come in and out of my office, and I see this. So as chiropractors, we guide them in certain ways. Yeah, we adjust them to try and remove the initial interference, but it's not entirely up to me, it's also up to you. So we also are aware that you had gone over your eating habits with me last week. A lot of McDonald's, a lot of Burger King, a lot of greasy food, hamburgers, which is all okay, but it's not really going to help you long term. So, like I said before, we can adjust the spine to get it back to, its normal shape without impinging any other nerves and stuff like that. But what happens is if I only do my job and you don't do your job by listening to me and how I'm going to direct you and to change your lifestyle for the better, eating habits, exercising, we're not really going to see too many results. It's kind of a team effort. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So first we have the reconstructive care. So we're going to initially correct these very, very apparent subluxations. And with this, you see the spinal injuries affecting everything else. So they affect your emotional health, they affect your physical health. You could be sore, that's when you get your neck pains. If something is impinged in the cervical region, sometimes you can get a headache. So there's a lot of different things that we're looking at to kind of see where we're at as far as how you're feeling as a whole, okay? So then we're going to look at the spinokinesiopathology, and then we can look at this degeneration chart here, and see here is where you are. Phase 1, which is looking at the x-rays. This is when I went over the x-rays last week. This is what I noticed. You have very, very minor degeneration, nothing to be super worried about, but you can see is if you keep living in this pattern, okay, you can see where it goes to. Really intense bony abnormality of the spine, and this will really affect you negatively. So we're going to try and avoid that. Okay. So the second component is we have the neuropathology. So when we look deeper into the nerve impingement, we find that what happens is when a bone or a vertebrae misaligns and it impinges a nerve, within the first 2 to 3 minutes, you're losing 60% of that nerve function. So imagine if a vertebrae becomes misaligned and it's misaligned for years, 10, 20, 30 years. A patient in that case you can only imagine how much more of the nerve functionality is reduced, okay? So as chiropractors, again, we want to find these vertebral subluxations and we want to correct them sooner than later, because this is what starts the trend of a very, very unhealthy lifestyle, okay? Mm-hmm. So once we see this, if you have a spinal misalignment, it leads to the body as a whole starts to malfunction. You can't fight off illnesses. In your situation, you tend to get a cold pretty easily, and this leads me to believe that since we haven't corrected any of those vertebral subluxations and your eating habits aren't the best, it makes you very prone to having these type of things happen. Okay, does that make sense? So the third component we have is myopathology. So in your low back, when I palpated your low back last week, remember on the right side how it was very, very tender? Mm-hmm. All those paraspinal muscles were in spasm. And the reason that they're in spasm is because when you have a misalignment, especially in that area, those paraspinal muscles hold your spine up, right? So if one's misaligned, your body compensates by tightening all those muscles to try to lock that vertebrae in place, because it's already out of alignment, so your body wants to correct it, but the fact of the matter is it can't on its own. So instead of correcting it, it locks up, okay? And with that, you feel pain and tenderness, okay? So it's kind of just a temporary thing that, again, shows the amazing powers of your body's own intelligence. So pretty cool instance there, but you see how that could kind of lead to some pain and discomfort. Right. So then we deal with the histopathology, which is inflammation and swelling. And again, this leads to degeneration of the muscles, the ligaments, the discs, and even the bony density. And once you start to lose that, you really start to run into some problems. So again, your situation here, when I looked at the x-rays, I looked at an anterior to posterior, which is a front to back x-ray of your upper cervical spine. I looked at a lateral x-ray. We found a pretty significant misalignment in atlas, which is the top bone of your vertebrae, which is the most important. And if that's out, there's a lot of important things up there, like the vertebral artery that can be impinged, also a bunch of important nerves. So with that, we see potentially headaches. And I've seen in the past with atlas adjustments, pretty significant improvement after that. And again, nothing to worry about, pretty normal. So we also saw a couple other subluxations, and in this case, I'll just go to the next point here. We have pathophysiology, and again, this is just the ill health of the spine and body created by the vertebral subluxation complex. So again, the main point of, we looked at your x-rays, we saw what was misaligned, we know what problem areas we had because of your previous traumas, again, whether it's emotional, physical, social, whatever it may be. We're going to do our best to try and adjust those misalignments. We're going to try to make them better. We're going to try and remove the nerve interference and allow your body to perform as best as it possibly can. And with that, we'd like to see less cold, less headaches. We'd like to see your sleep habits getting a little better, and I'm going to need a little help from you too, and I'm going to tell you how to eat properly. I'm going to tell you what you need to eat, how much you should be exercising. And again, in the beginning, it could possibly get worse before it gets better, because you're changing your body up. It's not quite used to it. So if you can just work with me, I think we'll see some positive results. Okay?
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Dr. Skye. I'm going to be going over some of your appointments and your appointment times today, and some of the basic procedures for what's going to be going on for the remainder of your time here, okay? Our office hours are from 9 to 12 and 3 to 7 p.m. Your appointments will be scheduled at your convenience. If you have any emergency or if anything comes up for any reason, just let us know. You can always call our front office and reschedule, no problem. Your first couple appointments going to be based on corrective base care. And what this is just correcting your specific problem. This is based on your reported findings and as well as your x-rays. This can include things like orthopedic tests, adjusting, or maybe some exercises that we might have you do. We're just going to have you come in about 3 times a week. This is Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We would prefer, but this can be at your most convenient times. You let us know that. What we do is just hand you an appointment card as a reminder, and we'll call you before each appointment. Your first visit, this will take about approximately an hour. This will include your x-rays and new patient orientation. Your second visit will be about 45 minutes to an hour. This is when the doctor will come in and explain your reported findings and you'll possibly have your first adjustment. Your third visit, this will be anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes, a little bit shorter. This just depends on your type of specific problem that you have. After your corrective-based care, which could last anywhere from a week to a couple of weeks, this varies from patient to patient, we recommend that you come in for wellness care. What this means is basically this is just maintenance of your overall health to prevent future problems. This increases your immune system function and keeps you at optimal health, just from a natural perspective versus going to an MD and taking medicine, which nothing wrong with that, but there's a time and a place for that, but also we need to make sure that we're doing this from a natural point of view. This type of care includes diet changes, exercise, maybe taking specific vitamins. So basically this is just an overall lifestyle change for you, and this also comes with just regular adjusting as well. In addition, before your treatment begins, we invite you to attend our healthcare class. This is just to educate you and inform you further on the benefits of not only the corrective care but also wellness care, and also just educate you on what else chiropractic has to offer you. This class will be taking place on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. It will last approximately about an hour total. The first 20 minutes, the doctor will give a presentation. And then the last 15 minutes will be open for discussion. If you want to talk with the staff members, or if you have any questions that you might want answered before you begin care. The last 5 or 10 minutes will be just for individuals who want to sign up for this. There'll be someone in the back to answer questions for you, and you can sign up. We'll have you sign up on a sheet of paper. Refreshments will also be served here. Again, if you have any emergencies or you cancel your appointment, just let us know. You can always reschedule those. We'll be seeing you soon at your next appointment. Also, here is one of our appointment cards. You can fill this out now, or you can call back later at a better time if that's more convenient for you. Okay?
Hi, Mike.
Hi.
I'm Dr. Siegel. I just want to talk to you about some costs that you'll be experiencing when you come and visit our office. Okay, we're going to talk about 3 different things today: the cost per each visit, the methods of payment, and insurance information. I know you might not have insurance now, but sometime in the future, if you get a new job or if you decide to purchase insurance, you should have this information just in case. Okay?
Okay.
So first, what I want to talk to you about is today's your first visit. So the first visit can tend to be a little bit more expensive than the other visits. Now, every adjustment that you receive is going to be $50. But the x-rays that you're going to get today could range anywhere from $110 to $200. $110 would just be your basic x-rays of your problem area. So if you're having neck pain, then we would just take an x-ray of your neck. The $200 price would be if we need to take x-rays of your full spine. If we think there's a more serious problem that could be occurring somewhere else, the more x-rays you get, the more expensive it's going to be, but it maxes out at $200. The next thing we're going to have today is the chiropractic examination is going to cost $30. This is the doctor coming in and analyzing your spine. He's going to be doing some palpation. He might be doing some orthopedic tests. All of these things are factored into that fee. So today could range anywhere from $190 to $280, depending on what's going on. Now, every visit after this should cost approximately around $50 if you're paying in cash. So we have 3 different payment methods that we could do, okay?
Mm-hmm.
The first payment method, if you look right here, it's paying $50 every time you come in. So this means you'll come in, you'll see the doctor. Once the visit's over, you'll go up, talk to the secretariat, and pay your $50.
Secretary,
okay?
you mean, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
You'll pay your $50. The next option is a monthly payment.
Okay.
Now, on the monthly payments, what'll be happening, because we know you don't always like to carry your wallet on you all the time, you don't always have cash or your cards on you. So this option is paying $200 a month. Now, with this option, it would give you 4 weeks of care.
Okay.
Okay, so the third option is you be paying yearly up front. So if you pay yearly up front, we get some health benefits from it. We don't have to pay as much money to the healthcare system. So
Okay.
by our savings, we like to transfer that over to you and let you save some money off of that.
Nice.
So instead of paying the $2,400 that you would be paying, you're going to be paying $2,000, which is saving you $400, which is a great deal.
Cool.
So there are different insurance methods now. I don't know if you have it now or if you will in the future, but I just want to talk to you about it now to give you a heads up of what's going on. Okay? So the first thing is if you have insurance, you're gonna have a deductible. Now your deductible could range from anywhere from $500 to $2,000. This means that at the beginning of the year, when your insurance resets, you're going to have to pay off this amount of money, whether it's to the chiropractor or your pediatrician or anything like that. You're going to have to pay that amount of money off before your insurance starts to cover it. So once your insurance starts to cover it, that's when your copays will kick in. These copays could range anywhere from $0 to $50, depending on what your insurance is willing to cover. So when you originally come to the office, what we're going to do is we're going to take a copy of your insurance card. We're going to give your insurance company a call right on the spot. They're going to fax over some paperwork. It's going to list your deductible and your copay so you'll know right away. Okay, so if you ever get insurance, that is an option. Now, with most insurance companies, they usually only allow between 8 and 36 visits, depending on who you have. So, depending on how many visits, you might run out in a year. 8 visits isn't very many, especially if you want to do maintenance care and come every week. So, what we're going to do is, at that time, we'll discuss some kind of cash option for you.
Okay.
Okay? If there is a plan on this list that you think sounds good for you, then just let me know and
Okay.
we'll get you started.
Cool.
Okay?
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Skye. This is my binder from all the information from class with the reported findings and everything that Dr. Reitman requested. And here is my other binder with the different tabs and different research articles under each tab. My name is Skye Necaise. My ID number is 0196651.
Hi, my name is Zack Wolff. This is my binder that has all of the startup stuff for the office that Dr. Reitman gave us. That was on Blackboard and that we got from class. And here I have my research binder with all of the different tabs and different research articles. And my name is Zack Wolff. My ID number is 0188084.
Hi, I'm Caitlin Siegel. This is my new office startup book with all the stuff from class that Dr. Reitman gave us. And then this is my research article book with all the different tabs and all the different research articles. My name is Caitlin Siegel. My ID number is 0195241.